Hello students, so Devashish here again from Dev's Learning Hub. Today we are going to start a new chapter, that is exponents. Very easy one, right? So exponents, or it is also called power, right? And what we are going to cover today, we are going to cover two things here. What is exponent and base, properties of exponent, along with few examples. And in another video I am going to cover few of the very important questions from this chapter. Okay, let's start. What is base? Base and exponent, these two terms are absolutely interrelated, right? So base is repetitive number, exponent is number of times that number is repeated. So this number is repeated three times. Which number? That is 2. So 2 is the base. And what is, how many times it is repeated? It is repeated 3 times. Therefore 3 is the exponent or power. So we can represent 3 2's as 2 cube, right? So let's say 5 into 5 into 5 into 5. 5 is 4 times repeated. That means number which is repeated, that is 5. And how many times it is repeated? It is repeated 4 times. So 5 to the power 4. So if it is given 5 cube, that means it is 5 into 5 into 5. Or if it is 5 into 5 into 5, that you can represent as 5 cube. So base is the number which is repeated, and exponent or power is how many times that number is repeated. Okay. So if I say 3 to the power 4, what is the base? Which number is repeated? That means base is 3, 3 is repeated, base is 3. How many times repeated? 4 times, that 4 is exponent. Now we will learn few of the properties of exponent or power. What are those properties? I will go one by one. That is where all the properties that I have mentioned here at the left side, and we will do few of the examples at the right side, right? So first one is, if the base is equal, a to the power m into a to the power n equals to a to the power m plus n. What does it mean? That if the base is equal and but the power is or exponent is different, you are multiplying these two, then the base will remain same, but you will add up the power, right? So if I say 2 into 2 into 2, that is 2 cube, and let's say 2 to the power 5. So what we can do, 2 cube into 2 to the power 5. That means the base is equal, base is 2, both the cases. So base is 2, and how many times the power it is there? So m equals to here 3 and n equals to here 5. That means 2 to the power m plus n. Therefore it is 2 to the power 3 plus 5 and 2 to the power 8 it is. So if you are multiplying two numbers with same base but different exponent or power, in that case you will add up the exponents. So if it could be multiple numbers. If the base all the bases are equal, in that case the base will remain same, just you will keep on adding the powers. Second one is, if you are dividing two numbers, those have same base, here it is a, but the power is different, power or exponent is different. Here it is, numerator is a to the power m, but the denominator is a to the power n. In that case, how you can represent it? A to the power m minus n. So for multiplication you will add up the powers, for division you will subtract the power, right? So from the numerator, it doesn't matter whether m is greater or n is greater. So whichever it is greater, it doesn't matter. You just subtract the powers. Okay. So what you are going to do? For multiplication, if you have multiple numbers with same base but different powers or exponents, then you will have the same base but you will keep on adding the powers or exponents. But for division, if you are dividing one number with another number where both the cases bases are same but the powers or exponents are different, then in that case you will have the same base but subtract the powers. One important property you need to remember, that a to the power 0 equals to 1. I will prove why anything to the power 0 equals to 1. So now I will utilize, let's say, a to the power n by a to the power n. Just forget about any properties. A to the power n by a to the power n means divided by a to the power n means you are just cancelling these two. That means it is equals to 1. Now I will use one of the property a to the power m by a to the power n formula. So a to the power n by a to the power n equals to, utilizing this division formula, that means a to the power n minus n, that means a to the power 0. That means a to the power n by a to the power n equals to 1. A to the power n by a to the power n equals to a to the power 0. That means a to the power n by a to the power n equals to a to the power 0 equals to 1. So that is how you can prove that anything to the power 0 equals to 1. That is just for your interest. You need to remember this thing, that anything to the power 0 equals to 1. But if you want to know how this is coming, this is just a formula? No. That is how you can derive. Now we'll come to the third property. A to the power m whole to the power n. We will say with bracket and then power means whole to the power n. We will say it is 2 square or it is 2 cube. But if I say 2 square and cube, how will you explain it? 2 square whole cube. Within outside the bracket you have the exponent, then you will say whole to the power. So 2 square whole cube. Let's say 2 square whole to the power 5. 2 cube whole square. That is how we will read out. Okay. Now the property is a to the power m whole to the power n equals to, you can interchange these two power. That means outside the bracket you will come inside, just and inside the bracket the power will go outside. So a to the power m whole to the power n, you can write down as a to the power n whole to the power m. That is one property. That is how we can do a to the power m whole to the power n equals to a to the power n whole to the power m. That is equals to a to the power mn, because you can when it is whole and it is another power, so you can write it down a to the power mn. That means you are multiplying these two powers, right? So a to the power m into a to the power n, that is equals to a to the power m plus n, utilizing the first property. But a to the power m whole to the power n, in that case it is a to the power mn or a to the power nm, whatever it is. So you are just multiplying these two powers. Okay, let's say you can represent 16 as 2 to the power 4 with respect to the base 2, because 2 to the power 4 means 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, 4 times, 2 repeated. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16. So you can express 16 as 2 to the power 4. At the same time also you can represent 16 as 2 to the power 2 square whole square. That is also 2 to the power 4, because 2 square whole square equals to twice 2, 2 into 2, then whole square, right? So 2 2s are 4, 4 square. 4 square means it is 16. Another thing you need to understand, that if I say a to the power m and if I say a to the power minus m, what is the relation between these two? A to the power m means a is there m times, right? M times you have the same number, repetitive number a. But a to the power minus m1, when do I say, you cannot have the number negative, right? So that you can say like this, a to the power minus m means 1 by a to the power m. So when you are, so a is on the at the numerator. If there is nothing in the denominator, that means that is 1. So basically you are taking the reciprocal of this. That means if you have the number, the base you are taking from numerator to denominator, or you are changing from denominator to numerator, in that case the power or exponent will be changed. The value will remain same, but the sign will change. So if you say a to the power m, right, what you can say 1 by a to the power minus m. That you can say a to the power 1 by a to the power minus m, because you are taking the numerator a as at denominator, therefore the power of the base, that is changing the sign from plus to minus. Let's say you have a to the power minus m, then if you convert this minus to plus, in that case what will happen? 1 by a to the power m. So when you are taking the numerator to denominator or denominator to numerator, the base, if you change the position from numerator to denominator, denominator to numerator, in that case the power or exponent will be changing with respect to the sign, not the value. So if you multiply any number with same base with its reciprocal with same base, in that case that will be a to the power m into a to the power minus m equals to 1. In two ways you can do that. One is by changing the sign a to the power m into, you are taking 1a from numerator to denominator, so it is 1 by a, then the sign of the power will be changed, then a to the power m. That means you are cancelling these two, a to the power m and a to the power m, therefore it will be 1. And at the same time, by utilizing this first property, by adding up the powers, since both of these numbers have the same base, that's how also you can prove that a to the power m into a to the power minus m, that means a to the power m plus minus m. You are adding up the power utilizing this formula, a to the properties, a to the power m into a to the power m, the base is same, so power you are multiplying. In case of multiplication you will add up the powers, so a to the power m into a to the power minus m equals to a to the power m plus minus m, that means a to the power m minus m, that is equals to a to the power 0, that is equals to 1. Now the fifth property, if you are multiplying two numbers with whole to the power n, a into b whole to the power n, then it is having the distributive property. In rational number you have seen distributive property. So if two numbers you are multiplying and power, that will be in distributing mode. So a into b whole to the power n means a to the power n into b to the power n. Okay, I believe that you have seen also in the properties of rational number. So if you have an expression like this, 2 into 3 whole to the power 5, that means you can write down that is equals to 2 to the power 5 into 3 to the power 5. You are distributing this power with all the numbers. Let's say it is 2 into 3 into 7 cube. That means you can write down equals to 2 cube into 3 cube into 7 cube. So a, b, c up to n whole to the power x, that means each of the number to the power x you will multiply. Now we are coming to property 6. It was a into b whole to the power n equals to a to the power n into b to the power n, distributive nature. Same distributive nature here also. If you are dividing division of two numbers, a by b whole to the power n, that means this, when you are saying whole to the power means actually that power is applicable with all the numbers within the bracket. So if you say 2 by 3 whole to the power 5, that means you can write down equals to 2 to the power 5 by 3 to the power 5. Now it is about property 7. So in property 7 what we are saying, nth root, that is how you will read it out. Nth root of a equals to a to the power 1 by n. You have another chapter, square root. There also you will utilize this one. So anything to the power, if the power or exponent is before the root, that means you will take the reciprocal of that power. So nth root of a means a to the power 1 by n. Okay. So utilizing this formula, nth root of a equals to a to the power 1 by n. Let's say I am asking, what is the value of cube root of 8? Cube root of 8 means here n equals to 3 and a equals to 8. A is the base, A equals to 8 and n equals to 3. So what we can say that cube root of 8 means 8 to the power 1/3, a to the power 1 by n, right? So, and how we can write down 8? We can write down 2 cube. 2 cube whole to the power 1/3. Now what we have seen, if you have a to the power m whole to the power n, that means a to the power mn. That means here you can have 2 cube into 1/3. So that means 3 you will cancel. So that means you will cancel 3 and 3. So what will be the value? Value will be 2 to the power 1, that is equals to 2. So cube root of 8 equals to 2. If I say 4th root of 16, what does it mean? 4th root of 16 means 16 to the power 1 by 4. That is equals to 16. How you can represent 2 to the power 4? Because 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, that is equals to 16. 2 4 times. So you can represent 2 as the base and 4 times it is repeated. So 2 to the power 4 whole to the power 1 by 4. That means 2 to the power 4 into 1 by 4. So 4 and 4, these two are getting cancelled. So it is equals to 2. So this property, all these properties are very important while we'll do any kind of problem somewhere exponent or power will come into picture. Let's say there is a question 2 by 2/3 whole cube into 3 by 2 whole to the power 6. You need to find out the value. What are the properties we can utilize here to find out this value? Let's see. One thing you need to remember, whenever you will do any kind of mathematical operation with respect to the power or utilizing the power or exponent, your base has to be equal. Everywhere you see in these formulas, the base is equal, right? So here, if we see 2/3 whole cube into 3 by 2 whole to the power 6, here the base is different. So what you need to do, you can change the base. Either you can make it 2/3 to 3 by 2, 3 by 2, or you can change it from 3 by 2 to 2/3. So first you make the bases equal, then you can utilize the mathematical operation on exponents, right? So what I am doing it here, 2/3 whole cube into 3 by 2 whole to the power 6, you can write it down 2/3 whole cube into, if you make it 2/3, that means if you change, as I said, if you change the position of the base, automatically the sign of the exponent or power will be changed, but the numeral part will remain same. So you can write down 3 by 2 whole to the power 6 to 2/3 whole to the power minus 6, because already I explained that a to the power m equals to 1 by a whole to the power minus m. So reciprocal, when you are finding out the reciprocal for any number, if you change it to reciprocal, automatically the power or exponent sign will be changed. So now these two bases are equal. So that means 2/3 whole cube into 2/3 to the power minus 6. Now you utilize this formula, a to the power m into a to the power n, same base and power is different. Then you add up the powers m plus n. Here also you will do the same thing. 2/3, that is the base. So 2/3 whole to the power 3 minus 6. 3 plus minus 6, that means 3 minus 6, that is equals to 2/3. 3 minus 6 means minus 3. Now when the exponent is negative, you can make it positive by flipping the changing the base to its reciprocal. That means 2/3 to the power minus 3 means what you can write down? You can write down 3 by 2 whole cube. 3 by 2 whole cube. That is equals to, so what you can do? 3 cube by 2 cube, this formula, a by b whole to the power n equals to a to the power n by b to the power n. You are utilizing this formula, you are utilizing this formula, also you are utilizing the reciprocal part, right? So 3 by 2 whole cube means 3 cube by 2 cube, that is equals to 3 cube means 27 and 2 cube means 8. So 27 by 8.